I made it home. I went on a little trippy poo over the weekend and I finally made it home. No, I didn't go to play Warzone early. Just Steph and I went away on an escape for like literally 2 days. It ran the entire time, so that sucked. But a bunch of news came out today in regards to Verdansk Season 3 and everything in between. So first off, the first thing that you probably already seen, probably everywhere all the time, I'm not allowed to show the music, but I can definitely show you the trailer, and that is the Verdansk launch trailer. Now, I'm sure you've seen this and I can't play the audio, but I have a little bit of a pretty darn cool story to do with this trailer, because I don't know if you knew this already, but this is almost the same trailer that we almost got for the original Verdansk. Now, the reason why I say that is because the trailer that actually came out for Verdansk when it was launched was supposed to have this song in it, the Queen song. It was supposed to have that song in it, but when the trailer launched, unbeknownst to all of us who saw it early, it was not that trailer. So certain people got to go see Verdansk Warzone early. I think there was maybe about 50 of us, maybe a little bit more. And yeah, they showed that trailer and everyone was like, you nailed that song. And then it came out and it was something completely different. Now, as far as this trailer and my opinions on it, they're going for two things. They're going for some new things, like adding in the emotes and everything like that. And then they're going for the old things, like Captain Price overlooking the airport there. Because if you actually go back to season 2 of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, there's this scene where it zooms out from Ghost and it's Price on the radio with Ghost, and you are overlooking that exact scene. So it's this kind of combination of nostalgia and new stuff, bringing back things like at one point there's a sentry gun on a vehicle, and then we have a character like Jason Hudson come in. So it's kind of showing the new with the old. I still have no idea what is going on with the story of this. And then of course you have the replacer and everything like that. Now, the one last thing that I wanted to talk about is the very end of this trailer. I'm not going to go too in depth with the gameplay or anything like that, because we have like oodles and oodles of patch notes to go in through here in a second. But the final scene here at the very end. So this is obviously showing off like plunder, same sort of thing. But this scene is just an updated, better version of the exact same scene that they showed us at the original reveal for Verdansk and for Warzone. The exact same, with the same type of music playing, and then like as they drop down and it fades, the exact same thing that they showed us. So to see that again is actually really cool, really nostalgic. And there's only really like very few people in the world that saw that original trailer. So to see that come back again is kind of mind-blowing to me. Because yeah, not many people are going to get that reference. I know a lot of people talked about it because it was so good with that original song. But yeah, so then the other thing that came out today is this. So around the world, we have Chicago, Los Angeles, Paris, London, and secret location. Not exactly sure what's going on with that. But we have these giant crates where there's a countdown. You can scan a QR code, things like that. And it will actually give you in-game items, which is pretty cool. But then we get the massive patch notes. So I guess we'll start with Warzone and then just kind of make our way through here. And I'm not going to edit any of this out or anything like that. We are literally just going to go through. So starting out, we got the battle pass. This is going to be something that we look at later on this week. This is a big one. Console crossplay. So each of these 3 settings, multiplayer ranked play, Call of Duty Warzone ranked play, and multiplayer unranked, will include the following options. On, enables matchmaking with all gaming platforms when playing in selected playlists. On, console only, enables matchmaking only with other consoles when playing in selected playlists. And then off, that restricts matchmaking to your current gaming platform only. So I think this console only crossplay is going to become something that we see more and more frequently. This is like a huge deal. Like I think more than a lot of people are going to realize, because this is basically saying we know the anti-cheat isn't going to be perfect on PC. So PC players are going to be matched with PC players more, and that's what we're going to see. Now we have shaders, preloading shaders, improve menu frame rate stability while compiling shaders. The preloading shaders warning has split per game mode, significantly reduce the time required to compile shaders before launching a match. So this is something very specific, but I think like a good thing overall, especially if they're going to continue to do the same sort of Call of Duty HQ stuff. PC benchmark, as you can see there. PC benchmark remains a useful tool to optimize your gaming experience, located in graphic settings, blah, blah, blah. It's still there, basically. Customization, weapon and blueprint customization. You are now able to customize any Black Ops 6 base weapon or weapon blueprint with a skin you've unlocked or purchased across multiplayer, zombies, and Call of Duty Warzones. For base weapons, you can only change the skin of the base weapon, not the attachments. So this is the new thing that we talked about, where you're actually able to update the individual attachments on a given weapon. This was actually something that I heard from developers was supposed to be in like Modern Warfare, I think 2019. I could be wrong there because I've been there for a few different games, but I think it was back then, and it's finally here now. Black Cell daily challenges. Black Cell owners can now complete an additional daily challenge in multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone for an additional 7,500 XP. The Black Cell daily challenge counts toward 3 challenges needed to earn a daily challenge bonus XP. So I guess just more incentivizing that Black Cell a little bit more. This is the new event. I'm really looking forward to doing this event. It is going to be the first thing that I do when Warzone comes out. So that's on April 3rd. Welcome home. We have Verdansk. It goes into a full breakdown of the map as a whole, but we're not going to dive into that. Gulag Showers. The original 2020 Gulag Showers are back. Gulag Overtime has captured the flag, just like we know and love it. Rebirth Island is the only Resurgence map returning, which is interesting. If you guys didn't see it, we might do a little something tomorrow. I'm not sure yet on Area 99. The Easter egg has been put out. People have done it. They did find it. I was the first person to say that it was there, and by the way, I was very correct in what I was saying about it way back in the day. We have Battle Royale Casual coming at launch. This one is 120 bots, 28 players. I'm curious what people are going to think of this game mode. Like really curious, because I can see people actually really liking it, because it's not that there's no players and it's all bots. So there is still a challenge in there. It's going to be interesting. That's going to be something that's very interesting. High Trip, that is coming in season. Returning Battle Royale, pretty straightforward. Player count is 150. Quads is 152. So classic right there. Then we have Plunder coming at launch with a 100 player count. We know that one. We have Warzone Boot Camp, which is very much so different than the other one, than Casual. This is 20 players and 24 bots. So I don't know. I'm curious what's going to happen with Battle Royale Casuals. If it's going to be a much played playlist, I don't know. That one's interesting to me. And then we have Resurgence. We know what that one is. Weekly playlist this week. We have Battle Royales, Solo, Duos, Trios, and Quads. So that's your classic one. Then we have Resurgence Quads for Rebirth Island. We have Battle Royale Casuals for Quads. Then we have Plunder Quads and Boot Camp Quads. So Quads all around there. Honestly, going in Solo, Quads, Casual might be a thing that people see like frequently. Ranked play. Now that season 2 has officially wrapped up, ranked play will temporarily be offline during the first half of season 3. This downtime will give players a much awaited opportunity to rediscover, relearn Verdansk before diving back into competition. We plan on bringing ranked play back online with season 3 reloaded update. Upon its return, all player ranks will undergo a full reset to bronze. So some people are upset about that one, offering everyone equal footing. When season 4 arrives, we'll resume the standard soft reset, pulling players back only a few ranks. So they're not going to have this big reset like they are now. Okay, free fall shooting is coming back. 360-degree revive rotation, endgame circle pacing. The gas circle pacing is faithful. So you can actually see here with the circle pacing what it is in the various different zones. So it starts out with 4 minutes and 30 seconds, delay of 3 minutes and 40 seconds. You can see the delay and then how long it fully takes to move in. But by the end, you're like 35 total seconds with a delay of 10 seconds with the moving circles starting at 8. So pretty straightforward there. This is going to be more so like a feel thing for me. I'm not going to memorize the exact numbers or anything like that. Map assets, many models and textures found across Verdansk now feature classic aesthetics, including not limited to the armor plates, armor satchels, buy stations, and contracts. Gameplay ascenders on Verdansk. To bring back the classic feel of Verdansk, external ascenders have been disabled at launch but are scheduled to return mid-season. Oh, okay. So those are on the outskirts of the maps, I believe. Oh no, that's just on the outskirts of everything. That's including buildings, but are coming back at the mid-season. So only the internal ones, like the ones actually in elevators, are going to be there. Interesting. I didn't know that one. Internal ascenders within elevator shafts remain operational. So that's what we were talking about before. Gulag loadouts. Loadouts within the Gulag has been reworked to improve the variety and balancing. These loadouts will change as the game progresses, allowing players to return. Oh, so like basically you're going to start in circle 1, you're going to have just a secondary weapon. In circle 2, you get the C9 or the AS Val. Circle 3, okay, and then they get better as time goes. That's actually interesting. That's a good way of doing it, I think. And then the longer you last before having to use the Gulag, the better chance you have upon coming. That's a good system. Infill and backup pistol. Players now infill and spawn with a 9mm PM, replacing the GS45. Late game redeployments will now spawn players closer to the ground, reducing the need to hover in a position in the final circle. Does it say what they spawn with? No. Player respawn angles. Players will now respawn looking approximately 30 degrees downwards instead of directly at the horizon, providing a clearer viewpoint. So like really small details they pay attention to. Unsuppressed red dot distance. The distance at which unsuppressed weapons display a red dot has been reduced in Resurgence to better align with the map size. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Loot economy, the classic, the floating loot is back. Adjustments. Ground loot refresh. High value loot zone. So this is new to Verdansk. Supply boxes, basic, legendary, and reusable. Oh, so this is like the old way of doing it. The reusable ones are like blue, I think, if I remember correctly. And they respawn every 90 seconds, but the legendary ones, they made rarer, but are going to have better loot in them. Second chance mechanic, okay. The following items have been removed. Gulag tokens, reinforcement plans, flares, and redeploy tokens. So those are just gone. So again, reinforcing that importance of one life. The only available ways to return after death are Gulag victories, buy station buybacks, and jailbreak events. So that's the classic. I think that is what's going to make Verdansk feel more like the battle royale that we knew, is like the being that more important. Self-revive kits, death tax. Interesting. Cash dropped upon death has been adjusted to assist players returning from the Gulag, providing so 50% of the cash of the balance will drop on the ground, 50% remain with the eliminated player, up to 20%. Previously, blah, blah, blah. So that's just what it did. Loot angle, rarity outlines. Rarity outlines now gradually fade into view only players with logical proximity. Okay, that makes sense. Buy station, we have the vertical design you can see here. They have the count. They have that one blurred out, precision airstrike, for some reason. I don't know why that's blurred out. If anyone knows why that's blurred out, let me know. What do we have? The redeploy all button is new. Item on icons have been updated. The item count. Players can easily see how many of an item they already own in the buy station. That's good. Category subheaders. So that's just quality of life adjustments. Spawn locations. Buy stations will spawn at the exact 30 static locations across every match. I think that's good. Helps you get to know the map. Inventory pricing. Armor plate 300, cluster strike 3000, precision airstrike 5000, UAV 6000, gas mask 3000, self revive 4, munitions box 2.5, armor box 4, loadout marker 6000 for solos, and anything more than that 10,000. Squad mate redeploy 4,000. Movement. Okay, this is important. The introduction of Black Ops 6 Omni movement system revolutionized gameplay. Also, is that Kate Laswell there? Who the heck is that there? And has become the foundation of player movement in Call of Duty Warzone. While the system launched with multiplayer-inspired values, we recognize the need to adjust to better align movement dynamics to unique demands with Call of Duty Warzone's limited time mode. Like limited life modes. Season 3 focuses on fine-tuning Black Ops 6 player movement by ensuring balance between the fluidity and responsiveness. The adjustments, the movement mechanics as follows. Crouch movement speed reduced. Crouch to stand speed increased. Crouch to stand speed while ADS increased. Prone movement speed reduced. Sprint movement speed reduced. And directional sprint animations blend speeds increased for fluidity. Jump cooldown. Reduce the cooldown by 40%, so jump shotting is more of a thing. Omni sprint side and back speed scaling reduced by 8.5%. So strafe movement slower in Warzone, I think. Slide friction. Increase the friction to reduce overly slippery engagements by 4%, so that's not much. That's going to be interesting. I don't know how this is going to feel. This is going to be very interesting, having different feeling movement in multiplayer, and I believe they made some changes to Black Ops 6, but we'll see that one in a minute. Contracts, we have the OG contracts. That's pretty straightforward. I'm not going to go over that one. Those are all the same as when the game first launched. Public events, we know what these are. Nothing crazy. Thermites, these are coming in Season 3. I think they're coming as part of an event. Unlike previous versions, Thermite no longer guarantees a kill upon sticking an opponent. It will, however, deal significant damage to down players with 2 armor plates or fewer. So if you have 3 armor plates, it won't kill someone. That's kind of interesting. It's really interesting, actually. Unlock viable the Black Ops Tribute event, which is just an XP event. There's the map loot for various different things. Satchels. Satchels basically increase the amount of armor you can hold up to 8. Adjustment, maximum armor plates, blah, blah, blah. Field upgrades. You can now see your team's field upgrades. Heartbeat sensor, increase the battery life from 60 to 120 seconds. That's interesting. I used to use heartbeat sensors all the time on Verdansk. That's actually really interesting. Reclaimable field upgrade icons. An interactable icon, white dot, now appears on reclaimable field upgrades to better highlight them. Advanced UAVs available via interacting with 3 consecutive UAVs in a row. So that's the same as before. Disabled bunker buster, pretty much all of them. So we're going right back to classic there. Crowded airspace notification. Perks, lootable perks, weapons. Here we go with the weapons. Classic weapons. So we have the Kilo, the AMAX, the HDR, and the Kali sticks all coming back. It's a 4-hit kill, but an extremely fast attack. That one's wild. This sniper can basically one-shot anyone from any range, just like in the olden days. Monolithic suppressor. Monolithic core provides a superior sound suppression and increased range. So just like it worked back in the day, the monolithic suppressor is back. That was actually probably the biggest surprise to me of what they brought back, because this was just a thing you had to use on all of your weapons, and that's going to be the way that it is again. Weapon adjustments. So here we go. AK overall range nerf, but damage buff. Amy's range nerf, but damage buff. They're going to do the same thing for all the weapons. Range nerf on the AS Val, but damage buff. They also adjustment to multipliers. The Cypher, again, damage buff quite substantially, but range nerf. So they are redoing the entire balancing of all weapons. I'm realizing that. I haven't been able to look at this until now because I literally have not been home. Damage buff slightly for the Krigsy, but range nerf. But these range nerfs aren't huge. Damage buff, range nerf, headshot multiplier increased. So this should speed up time to kill all around, it's looking like. To me, that's what it is looking like. That time to kill is getting faster all around. Headshot multiplier increased, damage increased. I'm curious what they've done with SMGs, because as I'm seeing right now, it's just all around a time to kill buff for assault rifles. SMGs, same thing. So yeah, I was correct in that prediction. Did they go in depth here with default loadouts? So the default loadouts, I didn't mention that, are going to be better weapons, more updated to the current metas in game. So again, look at this, 0.2 meters, but damage up 2, damage up 3, damage up 1, damage up, range up. That's just buffs all around on this one. Compact, buffs, and more buffs. KSV, buffs, but range nerf. PP, damage buff, range nerf. Same thing, headshot multiplier buff, lower torso buff. Same thing. SOG just massively all around. This could be really good potentially. Tonto damage, huge damage. This could be an interesting one as well. They've completely changed things here. They are increasing the time, or yeah, they're shortening technically the time to kill is what they're doing seemingly with all weapons. They didn't put any sort of instructions as to, yeah, just making weapons better all around, better range. Shotgun's basically just better range, unless this one, yeah, just better range on that one. Light machine guns, better damage, better range, yeah, so same thing, just faster time to kill for all weapons. Same thing here. Headshot multipliers increased. So this is going to completely redo the meta, I think. And it is going to be very interesting what we end up seeing here. Oh, 250 damage on this, by the way. This is for vehicles. Joker. Yeah, readjusting literally everything. RPG 250. And then specials. This one just buffed as well. So they have sped up the time to kill all around, which I don't know if that's a good or bad thing at this point. We have the old vehicles. Pretty. Oh, here's the vulnerability of them. Okay. So cargo truck with launchers is a 1 to 3 hit with launchers. It's such a wide range. I guess it depends on the launcher. C4, 2 hits for cargo truck. Thermite, 17 ticks. Joker, 1 hit all over. Joker could do some meta-y things. I'm calling it. Classic wins. Tac map, compass, icons, visual pings. Yeah, the ping shape has been reverted to the triangle shape, to a lollipop shape that featured in classic Verdansk. So they're going classic on everything. You can inspect weapons and see their attachments now. That's cool. It'll tell you why you died, how you died to help with cheaters. Loadouts, prioritize your favorite loadouts. Mission items in squad widget. A new slot has been added to the squad widget to show each squad member's most recent mission item icon for improved coordination. Mission item refers to things like key cards or Easter eggs items that might require some coordination. It confirms it. The bunkers are coming back. Oh, dude, the fact that they did that is so good. So navigation pings, death skull icons, size of the death skull icons have been increased. Player icons, the minimap. Differentiate between talking, firing a weapon. Okay, that's cool. So just quality of life all around. Ping duration settings have changed. Audio, cinematics, the infill, the classic music, announcer, hit markers, death's door. So all of the classic sounds. Adjustments to occlusion and reverb. So this is going to be something that is incredibly interesting. Footstep and ladders, unique tuning for Call of Duty Warzone footsteps, separate from premium titles, introduced with Modern Warfare 3. So all of this is going to be up for debate, whether or not this stuff is good. Bug fixes. What do we have here? Fixed an issue that caused death recap. Fixed an issue preventing the quartermaster suppressor from unlocking properly. So just a bunch of bug fixes there. So we've gone through all of that. Now we're on to Black Ops 6. So yes, we are not done yet. So new multiplayer maps. We have the fan favorite, the firing range. We also have, wait, is this all firing range? No. Oh, okay, I see. We also have Barrage and Nomad. So I believe that's Barrage. That's Nomad. I could be wrong with that though. New multiplayer maps, as you can see here. Sharpshooter, new mode coming. So this is the one that's from Black Ops 1. It's a party game mode, and then Demolition, normal respawn game mode. We have the new weapons that we already talked about. The Kali sticks, the nail gun coming in season, and as well as the Grow for the, I believe it was the SWAT 556 was the weapon it was for. Monolithic, oh, there it is, the part of the battle pass. So you have the Monolithic Suppressor, the SWAT conversion kit, and then in season you have the C9 there. We have the Close Shave Enforcer as the event reward. I think this one sucks, but people might use it if they're meleeing. When you melee, you automatically use your weapon. You don't have to have it out. New score streaks. We have the death machine. This is coming in season. I thought it was coming at launch, but I guess it's in season. We have the new zombies map, which is the Shattered Veil, as well as the new Perca-Cola, which is the double tap root beer, which is sweet. We have the new wonder weapons. We've talked about all of this. So you have the two of them actually here. You have the Ray Gun Mark II, as well as the Wonder Waff. The new enemies include the toxic zombies, as well as the Elder Disciple. New Gobblegums. We've talked about all of this. This is the new camos. The way that you can view them in game, which looks pretty good. We have the new operators, which include Rose. We have Hudson. We have Mace. And we have John Black Ops, which I am going to have a video on because I think that this character has a lot more to him than meets the eye. But that's down the road. This is coming in season. We have the Black Ops tribute event. I think. Am I wrong if I say April 17th for that one? It might be earlier than that. It might be April 7th or something like that. Ricochet anti-cheat updates. I have a whole video the other day going over all of that. We talked about preloading the shaders, things along those lines. We've talked about all of this. Now, you know how we talked about the weapons getting updated before? Well, this is in Black Ops 6. So this is not the same updates that we got in Warzone. So 3-round burst mod for the XM4, burst fire delay reduced. So a buff to the 3-round burst adjustment, fixed visual recoil for the GPR. The Goblin, the ranges increased, but damage goes down. I don't think that's a good update. That's a pretty big nerf. Rate of fire improved, however, quite substantially. So they're going for a whole different feel with the Goblin here. The AS Val increased the range. The movement speed increased as well. Then we have the Tonto, increased ranges all around. So just buffing everything here. Headshot damage scaling increased as well. Oh, that's with the binary trigger. Oh, this is only with the binary trigger. Okay. That makes a lot more sense because I didn't like the binary trigger before. That makes way, way more sense. Wow. PDW got nerfed all around ranges. I didn't like the Jackal anymore, to be honest with you guys. So that one kind of surprised me. Compact 92, 3-round burst mod, view kick improved. Dragon's Breath, burn damage increased. So a buff to that one. All 3 shotguns have improvements to the alternate ammo types. So Dragon's Breath for the SP. Slugs, we've got a buff to range. Same thing, Dragon's Breath, Slugs, Dragon's Breath and Slugs. Okay, that makes sense. The DM10, the damage for the DM10 at the maximum up to 25 meters have improved, as well as the rate of fire for that one. Sarkov rate of fire improved. AEK full auto mode, slightly reduced view kick strength. That's interesting. But it's just slightly, so it shouldn't be too noticeable. And then the TR2 had a range increase, as well as the rate of fire improved slightly. I don't see that being competitive whatsoever. Increase crouch to stand speeds all around by 15%. Increase crouch stand speeds while ADS. So those two are actually the same as Warzone. However, the other Warzone ones are not. So there's the maps, modes, things we've already talked about. Season 3 Mosh Pit is coming. Firing range 24/7. Those are the ones coming at launch. Party games added a party game option in featured playlist with options to play infected, gun game, prop hunt, and gunfight. Okay, that's cool. So you, instead of featured at the top, so kind of how you can go featured game modes or party game modes, there's a whole playlist just for those, which is, I think, really good. Gunfight moved to party game modes. Please bring me gunfight tournaments at some point, please. Spawns addressed issues where players could affect spawns with shock charges. Close shave is coming during launch window. Dispatcher increases score bonus for interceptors. Score streaks. Interceptors reduce the score cost for those because no one was using them. And War Machine reduced the score cost as well. I think both of those make sense. Movement updates. Reduced slide in max speed scale. So slowed that down and reduced slide max time as well. So slides were nerfed a little bit. Ranked play, we have this one is not getting reset. This is just like the normal reset that we get to rank play. Zombies, Shattered Veil, Liberty Falls, addressed issues, Tomb, addressed issues. Team Cranked is coming during launch window, but not right at the beginning. We have the new wonder weapons. We talked about all of this. The double tap colas with the augments. The ammo mods, Light Mend, dual action, addressed an issue where consuming a healing glyph would not temporarily allow players to heal faster. Yeah, that's a problem. So fixes with that. Tesla Storm overclocked, addressed issues with that, as well as lithium charge. So big changes to this here. Challenges updated, user interface updated. And that is it. I somehow got through that in about 30 minutes with everything. I don't know what's going on tomorrow when it comes to April Fools, April 1st. There's going to be something. I almost guarantee they're going to do something. I just don't know what yet. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. As far as patch notes go, Warzone, really good. They're bringing back Classic Verdansk, and that's going to be April 3rd that we're going through all of that on the channel. The first thing we're going to be doing is going for that new event. This one right here, searching for the chests, what are they called? Vaults, trying to find all of them, going for those classic rewards. But on April 2nd, we will be doing this, which is Black Ops 6, and playing those new modes, checking out everything there. We should have everything in by then. But as a whole, I think this is the biggest update that we've received. Warzone is going big. They're trying for that nostalgia, and they're now trying to bring in new people with this kind of marketing. Will it? I don't know. I'm very curious to see what player numbers are. But again, cheaters, servers, that's going to be the biggest tell of anything. So days will tell, days will come, days will pass, and we will find out. But I just got back. Literally the first thing I did was record this video for you. So hopefully I could get it out in time tonight. Hopefully you guys appreciate it. And yeah, I'll keep you more informed with everything. I'm completely scatterbrained right now, but that's everything. That's the update. That's season 3 in a nutshell. That's season 3.